Hi, everyone. Happy Wednesday. So I'd make this really practical today. The theme for me today is resilience. I know we've done this practice many times here before, and it's sort of an oldie but goldie. Um, and just thinking of this theme of resilience, I think so much of life is unexpected, unplanned, and so our ability to adapt to whatever life throws our way is a kind of superpower. And I love the backcountry, and one of the things I love most about the backcountry is I'm always amazed at how much vegetation is up there in these inhospitable environments. Right, it's windy, it's cold, it's barren, it's the summers are really hot, and yet you still have all this moss and trees and things like that growing. So in many ways, uh, they're a beautiful sort of icon of resilience. And so I think of resilience as our ability to adapt to and recover in the face of adversity, threats, or stress. So imagining us sort of going through life as these trees or these adaptable organic beings that can say, yeah, looks like life went left, and to what extent can I adapt to that? And so there's three specific uh, I guess sort of tools or approaches that I would use. The first one is bounce. So the best imagery I have for bounce is, imagine you throw a bowling ball out of the first story window to the concrete parking lot down below, or you throw a rubber ball or a tennis ball out there. One of them bounces, the other one just kind of hits the ground and shatters and goes nowhere. That bowling ball is, if I think back to my days where I was really struggling with depression, that was me. Sort of my mental capacity to bounce back from something that was happening was non-existent. I would just kind of shatter and I would stay stuck down there. So bounce is one thing we want to flex. The other one is grit. So grit, I just think of thick-skinnedness, hence this picture of this guy's hands. He's not getting paper cuts. He's not going to start bleeding because he poked himself on a staple or some thorns in the garden. He's got a thick skin, so there's a grittiness that we can develop over time that helps us with resilience. And last but not least is the cognitive reframe, being able to look at any given situation that went sideways and say, "Huh, okay, now what? What do I do with this?" And being able to reframe it as an opportunity. So taking this positive stance rather than, oh, here we go again. This always happens. And, or me, I'm sort of stuck in this negativity. So without further ado, let's use our mind to practice some resilience. So start by closing your eyes, just settling into the body in this moment. Just taking a quick inventory of how does the body feel right now? Does it feel light, energetic, or heavy? And there's no right answer to this. It just is what it is. Just notice what you find. You practice some acceptance, some compassion. This is what the body is experiencing in this moment. And then noticing what is the mind doing in this moment? Speedy and frenetic, or calm, equanimous, anything in between. And that too is something we can just accept and acknowledge is what it is right now. And then between the physiological experience and this purely cognitive experience. Somewhere in there is our emotional being. See if you can just connect with the heart and the belly. There's butterflies, excitement, fear. Again, whatever we find there, it's okay. It is what it is. And we can use memory and imagination to do a little resilience practice. So going back in your memory, find a time where something went awry, something went differently than you thought it was going to go. And it had some energy behind it, either disappointment or sadness. Maybe someone disappointed you because they did something or didn't do something. Just drop into that memory, feel into it, see if you can revisit that experience and start by noticing what's the difference, where's the delta between what you thought should have happened versus what actually happened. Just feel into the stress or the disappointment, the upset. First step is just being with whatever the reaction was. And then imagining yourself being back in that situation, but now you have the benefit of some time, some hindsight, and asking yourself, what if I had a little more bounce in this situation? If there's a little more emotional and psychological flexibility that I was bringing to this situation, what would it mean for me to bounce back? A little more levity, a little more speed. What would that look like? And then just feel into, again, this thought experiment of there I am, same situation, went sideways, but now I'm just a little lighter, a little bouncier, responding rather than reacting. And then same situation, same disappointment, same upset. But now imagining yourself being a little grittier, having a little thicker skin protecting you, protecting your heart. Whatever that person did or whatever the situation was is just not penetrating as quickly or as deeply as you have this protective layer around you. Maybe you've been there before, maybe this has happened before, and so you're just feeling a little grittier. And noticing if or how that changes your experience in your imagination. And same situation, same person, same experience, but now you're bringing some cognitive creativity to the table. So the cognitive reframe. Now just notice, like, what is the mind telling you about this person, the situation, what it means? Now imagine being a little more resilient in that situation and just being open to questioning some of the thoughts or the beliefs that the mind is sticking to. Saying, yeah, maybe there's something else going on. Is there a way to reframe the situation, their behavior, maybe come up with a different explanation than the automatic go-to story that the mind tells? So again, revisiting from a few thousand feet above this situation, just going back and noticing yourself going through that same experience, but with a little more bounce, a little more grit, the ability to reframe what happened, just noticing how that, if or how that affects your relationship to that memory. And then using this energy, this resilience energy. Now imagine yourself going through the rest of your day with a little more bounce in your step, a little bit of a thicker skin, just an openness and a creativity to explaining or reframing why things happen. So taking this proactive, resilient stance towards the rest of the day and the uncertainty that is coming our way, finding some trust, some strength and power in knowing that we have this resilience available to us. You got this. Whatever's coming your way, it's going to be okay. You got it. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Long, slow exhale through the mouth, letting go of any remnants of this memory, this situation, just taking it off. Holds the out breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In through the nose, slowly out through the mouth, relaxing the hands and the belly and the chest and the shoulders. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes. Come on back to the session. Yeah, that's it. Hope that worked, and hope it serves you well throughout the rest of your day. See you tomorrow. Take care.